Good morning, class 11C. We have already started with the rules of debit and credit on the last turn, and we have discussed some of the questions which require the rules for debit and credit. So let me quickly brush it up with you. The rules of debit and credit talks about if you are posting any entry or any transaction into journal, that is JOURNAL, journal, how will you record it? If you will write it in the debit aspect or will you write it as a credit aspect? For any transaction to be recorded under the double entry system, we follow the concept of debit and credit. Basically, it can be divided into real account, traditionally real account, personal account and nominal account. Can anyone quickly tell me what is the rule for real account? The double entry system rule for real account? Come on, Brahmjot, Raunak, anyone?
Credit wash goes out.
Okay, so when we talk about the rules of debit and credit for real account, all those accounts which have a debit balance, for example, the assets, furniture, plant, machinery, cash in hand, all these will have a debit balance. Means to make an increase in them, you have to debit them. Vice versa, when you have to make a decrease in them, जब हमें इनके balances को reduce करना होता है, we have to credit them. For example, when furniture comes into the business, furniture is being added. You had one sofa in your office, now you bought one more. Now two sofas are there. Means there is an addition in the asset called furniture. For this, you will debit the furniture account. And for example, if it is sold off, if it is gone away from the business, so credit what goes out. If an asset is reduced, then you will credit the asset account to reduce the balance. And if an asset is increased, you will have to debit its balance so that the amount rises up. Is it clear? All those who have joined new, I think for Tavish Joshi also, this is your first class for accounts with me. So please be attentive. And secondly, as much as possible, try to complete your work. And in case there is any problem to understand what we have already studied, you can ask me personally after the class. Because we are already lagging behind with the syllabus, I wish to move ahead. We have started with the rules of debit and credit, and on the last turn we had discussed some of the questions where we had practiced how any account will be debited and why will it be debited or why will it be credited. First, we will find out the nature of account. If it is a real account, for example, if it is an asset, it is a real account. The rules of real account will apply. Secondly, if the account is in somebody's name, Mahesh's account, Mahesh is a creditor or a debtor, for example, name जिसका नाम लिखा होता है किसी account में, those accounts are personal accounts. Also, for outstanding expenses, for human beings name or for company's name, Messrs XYZ Limited, all these type of accounts will be personal accounts. And when a transaction involves personal account, the rules of personal account will apply. What is the journal entry rule for personal account? Can anyone tell me? Apart from Brahmjot, Aishwarya, Raunak, anybody?
Debit the receiver, credit the giver.
Debit the person who is the receiver and credit that name who is the giver. Alright, suppose I am receiving something. So my company is XYZ Limited and I am making journal accounts. So I received. So my name will be debited. Debit the receiver. Then if or you can say if you make payment to one of your creditors, XYZ Limited is your creditor, and if you make payment to them, so XYZ Limited account debit means he is the receiver. And then in case you talk about somebody who is the giver of cash, somebody who is making payments, so if I receive cash, I will do cash account debit because it is an asset account, and asset debit what comes in. Now when I talk about credit, who is the giver? The giver will be, his name will be credited. XYZ Limited credit. We don't write CR, I have already told you, but we only write TO2 and the name of the person who is the giver. Ramesh is the giver, Mohan can be a giver, XYZ Limited can be a giver. or there can be debit and credit rule of personal account for outstanding expenses. जब हम कॉमन नेम अलॉट करते हैं, इंस्टेड ऑफ टेलिंग नेम्स ऑफ ऑल दोज हु आर रिसीविंग सैलरी, वी हैव गिवन वन नेम, आउटस्टैंडिंग सैलरी और आउटस्टैंडिंग वेजेस. Fine. So when we will do the journal entry, you will exactly know how this applies. Now the third one is a nominal account. Under the traditional system, there is real account, personal account and nominal account. Under nominal account, we treat capital and we treat all the expenses and gains. Expenses and losses, incomes and gains. What is the journal entry rule for nominal account? Anyone quickly? Zulfikar, Ayan, Aishwarya, Varun. What is the journal entry rule for nominal accounts? Come on, quickly. Or the new ones?
Ma'am, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and
फाइन. सो पहले पता कर लेंगे कि ये नॉमिनल अकाउंट है कि नहीं है. अगर वो कोई एक्सपेंस है या कोई लॉस है, कोई इनकम है या कोई गेन है, देन इट विल बी अ नॉमिनल अकाउंट. In that case, now first we have found out the nature, category classify कर ली, then we will find out if it is going to be debited or credited. How to find out? If it is an expense or a loss, it is to be debited. Debit all expenses and losses. And credit what? Credit all incomes and gains. Go through the rules once again. If you find the traditional approach more easy for you, you can follow the traditional approach. If you feel like no, the classification on the basis of liability, asset, revenue, expenditure, capital, ये 5 classifications होते हैं. In case you see that modern approach is easier, to increase to debit what, to decrease to credit what, and vice versa. So you can follow the modern approach. Either you follow the traditional approach or you follow the modern approach. The journal entry that will come out will be the same. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम कुछ और ही डेबिट कर देंगे अगर हम ट्रेडिशनल रूल्स अप्रोच फॉलो कर रहे हैं. लेट अस फाइंड आउट सम मोर बेसिक्स. Let us find out some more basics about journal. Then we will do the journal entries. Questions on journal entries. Saksham Rastogi, I guess this is yours first class also for accounts. Kindly join on time. Otherwise, I won't be able to enter you into the class. For this applies to all of you. Okay, let's have a look towards the board. You need to write a few things in your registers, children. Then only we will be able to move to the practical section. First of all, what do you mean by journal? Or what is journalizing? Or what is journal? You can write under double entry system. Under double entry system, journal is the primary book. Under double entry system, journal is the primary book. Now, why is it called a primary book? You can write, it is called a primary book because it is called the primary book because all the transactions are recorded in journal. All the transactions are directly or straight away recorded in journal. JOURNAL, journal, right from the day books, or you can say directly from the day book. What is a day book? Then there will be a question. A day book is a rough book which is maintained by any businessman where he records the date-wise transactions. So date-wise, we first record it in a day book, then maybe at the end of a fortnight or at the end of a month, you will do the journal entries. Under this, you are going to post the entries of the day book into the book called journal. So journal is the primary book. ये first book या basic book होती है और you can say this is the first step of accounting. जब हम फर्स्ट स्टेप ऑफ अकाउंटिंग बुक कीपिंग की बात करते हैं, बुक कीपिंग का फर्स्ट स्टेप होता है और जर्नल एंट्री, where we record the debit aspect and the credit aspect of any transaction. There will be a debit aspect and a credit aspect to any business transaction because we follow the double entry system in India. Next we have the book of original entry. What is a book of original entry? Give the next heading. Journal is also called the book of original entry. It is also called the book. These are just the terms that you should know. Journal entry. Journal is also called the book of original entry. Why? Why original entry? Because from the vouchers or from the day book directly we are recording it into journal. Because it is the first step in the process of bookkeeping. Because it is the first step in the process of bookkeeping. Okay. Write down one more term. What is a journal entry? Write down a question. What is a journal entry? What is a journal entry? You can write, it is a method of recording. It is a way or a method of recording any business transaction. It is a way, W-A-Y, way of recording any business transaction with its debit and credit aspect. So किसी भी एंट्री को या किसी भी ट्रांजैक्शन को, किसी भी इवेंट को जब हम डे बुक से बुक कीपिंग में कॉपी करते हैं, एंड वी ऑल्सो टेल देयर इज अ डेबिट एस्पेक्ट and there is a credit aspect of this transaction. So where we specify what is the debit aspect of this transaction, what is the credit aspect of this transaction, then we record it in a journal entry. For example, I have told you started business with cash, right? Mr. X started his business with cash. So here two accounts are involved. Cash account is there, and which is the other account? Started business with cash, capital. Yes, capital. It will be a capital account. So journal entry ने हमारी हेल्प करी है पता करने में कि started business with cash में two accounts involved है. एक तो cash account involved है, cash is coming into the business, and capital account is also involved because nominal account का rule apply है. Now cash is coming into the business, so cash will be debited. Journal entry told us that it is cash which is to be debited, and credit all incomes and gains, because for capital it will be credit all incomes and gains. So for capital it is going to be the credit aspect of this journal entry. So the journal entry only told you that there is a debit aspect and there is a credit aspect to these two items involved in this transaction. इस ट्रांजैक्शन में इन्वॉल्व होने वाले जो दोनों अकाउंट्स हैं, कैश अकाउंट और कैपिटल अकाउंट, कौन सा एस्पेक्ट दोनों में से डेबिट एस्पेक्ट है और कौन सा एस्पेक्ट दोनों में से क्रेडिट एस्पेक्ट है, which what thing helped us to find out? The journal entry helped us to find out. Next, what is journalizing? There is one more term which is called journalizing. What is journalizing? The recording of a journal entry is called journalizing. Suppose they will ask you what is journalizing? The process of recording a journal entry. Journal entry के डेबिट और क्रेडिट एस्पेक्ट्स को लिखना, to write it, making a proper format, drawing columns, writing how it is to be debited, how it is to be credited, where to write the amount. All this setup is called journalizing of the transaction. So ये जो डे बुक का ट्रांजैक्शन है उसको जब हम अकाउंट्स की लैंग्वेज में लिखते हैं then it is called as journalizing. So you can write the process of recording a journal entry. It is called Journal, journal. It does not start with G. Please make sure. The process of recording a journal entry is called journalizing. If you think I am going a bit too fast, you can tell me. But since I have already discussed the rules of debit and credit in past week, so I just want you to go through theoretically, but the basic focus should be on the practical questions of this chapter. So what is journalizing? It is the process of recording journal entries. The next term that you should know is posting. Now in the beginning while I was discussing the asset has a debit balance or a liability will have a credit balance. What is this balance? It means we have passed it through certain account and the resultant balance greater minus smaller, जो बैलेंस बचता है which is called a balance of an asset or a balance of an account, cash का balance or furniture balance or the balance of capital account, that is made known to us through posting or ledger posting. So basically this is the second step after journal. The next step after journal in bookkeeping comes to be ledger posting, जहाँ पर हम ये डेबिट और क्रेडिट के बेसिस पर उनके फाइनल बैलेंसेस कैलकुलेट करते हैं. We are not going to go in practical in detail right now, but for now you can just write what is posting. The passing of a journal entry through a ledger account. The passing of a journal entry through a ledger account to find out the passing of a journal entry through a ledger account, LEDGER, through a ledger account to know the closing balance, to know KNOW, to know the closing balance is called posting or ledger posting. Posting or ledger posting दोनों एक ही चीज़ is called ledger posting. First we will learn how to make a journal entry, then we will learn how to post it. That is why if you have seen, we have left question number 8 onwards in the chapter debit and credit. So once you know how to make ledger, then we will get back to those questions. Then you will be able to do those questions. So passing of a journal entry through ledger accounts in order to find out the closing balances is called posting or ledger posting. Posting or ledger posting. Fine. Now let us talk about why is it important to study journal entries. What are the functions of a journal entry? We'll give the heading and we will write a few things on this. The following can be the basic functions of a journal entry. The following can be the basic functions of a journal entry. So the first step of bookkeeping है, how is it helpful to you? Why are you doing it? We are recording it in a day book. I know what is the record. I know how much cash has come in. I know what furniture is purchased, what stock is sold, how much is the profit, what is the capital. But what is the need of doing all this through the journal entries? So functions. Following are the basic functions of journal entry. सबसे पहली बात, when we do journal entry, we record the transactions date wise. So it is in a chronological order. Chronological means the order in which it took place or the order in which it happened. So write down the first step of journal. First function of journal. It maintains the records in chronological order. It maintains the records in chronological order. What is chronological order? Date wise. 1st April, 4th April, 7th April, 9th April and so on till 31st. It maintains records in chronological order. Chronological, in the bracket you can write date wise. Okay? So it becomes easier for a businessman to find out what all events took place in a chronological order, and in case any entry is missed out, he can get back to it in the day book very easily. The next function, you can write, it becomes easy to analyze the transactions. It becomes easy to analyze the transactions. It becomes easy to analyze the transactions once they are posted in journal. It becomes easy to analyze the transactions once they are posted in journal. हम जल्दी से हमें पता जाता है कि कौन से दो अकाउंट्स इन्वॉल्व है, कौन सा अकाउंट डेबिट होना चाहिए और कौन सा अकाउंट क्रेडिट होना चाहिए. What helps us in knowing this? The journal entry will help us in knowing this. So it helps us in analyzing the transactions. And what do we have to analyze? We have to analyze which two accounts are recorded, and secondly, out of these two, which one is to be debited and which one is to be credited. The next function could be, it forms the basis for ledger posting. Just now I told you, journal is the first step and ledger posting is the next step. Journal बाद जर्नलाइजिंग करने के बाद हम लेजर एंट्रीज करते हैं. सो जर्नल एंट्री फॉर्म्स द बेसिस फॉर लेजर पोस्टिंग. अगर हमें फाइनल बैलेंसेस पता करने हैं जो लेजर अकाउंट से पता होते हैं, सो फॉर दैट यू हैव टू हैव अ जर्नल एंट्री विद यू. डायरेक्टली डे बुक से हम क्लोजिंग बैलेंसेस फाइंड आउट नहीं कर सकते और आगे की अकाउंटिंग भी नहीं कर सकते. So you can write a journal entry forms the basis of ledger posting. Because debits and credits are separate. Okay, it forms the basis of ledger posting. Now features. What can be the features of a journal entry? All the features, all the good points, all the merits which are the merits of a double entry system can be the merit of a journal entry also. जो सारे गुड पॉइंट्स, एडवांटेजेस, मेरिट्स और डबल एंट्री सिस्टम के होते हैं, डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट एस्पेक्ट हमें पता होता है, डुप्लीकेशन ऑफ रिकॉर्ड्स नहीं होता है. अगर डेबिट एस्पेक्ट क्रेडिट एस्पेक्ट के साथ टैली हो जाता है, विच मीन्स वी हैव डन द करेक्ट, वी हैव डन द अकाउंटिंग करेक्टली. सो ऑल दीज आर द advantages or merits of ledger also. So you can write a few points in this. It records the transactions in day-to-day order. Again, it is in chronological order. The point is the same. It records the transaction in chronological order. So the first advantage is it records the transaction in day-to-day manner. कोई भी entry miss out नहीं होती है. We try that no entry is missed out. Second advantage is it records the transactions before they are posted in ledger. So it simplifies ledger posting. It records the transactions before they are posted in ledger. It records the transactions, advantage number 2. It records the transactions before they are posted in ledger. Just now I told you, ledger posting is not possible directly from day book. But जब हम उसको journal entry के through करते हैं, then it becomes easy because debit and credit both can be classified or separated. The next advantage could include it records both the aspects of a transaction. You very well know that the double entry system, it follows the double entry system, therefore it will have a debit balance and a debit side of a transaction and also a credit side of a transaction. In the coming chapters of class 11, you will also see there is a chapter called single entry system and you will find out how substandard is it as compared to a double entry system. Double entry system is always better. So you can write, as for the third advantage, you can write, it records both the debit and the credit aspect of any transaction. Comes in की भी बात करता है, goes out की भी बात करता है, receiver की भी बात करता है, giver की भी बात करता है. ऐसा नहीं है कि I have received but I don't know who is the giver. So which creditor to reduce? I don't know. I gave away cash, but to whom I gave it? I don't know. Because I was recording it only through single system. But when we do it through double entry system, when we do it through ledger, it makes the transaction more authentic. So it records both the aspects, the debit aspect and the credit aspect of any transaction. Next, a narration is given at the end of each journal entry. A narration. Narration of a journal entry is very important. जब हम डेबिट और क्रेडिट एस्पेक्ट किसी भी जर्नल एंट्री का लिख लेते हैं, at the end we write something in bracket. What is this? This is explaining in simple English what you have done. Now you are an account student, you study accounts, you know what is debit, what is credit, you know the rules of journalizing, but it is also possible that a layman is going through it, he is just reading it out. So just in case he wishes to know what has happened, what is this? What is this debit? What is this credit? So a narration will help to explain the journal entry. Cash account debit to capital account. What is this? A layman or somebody who does not know the rules of journal entry will not be knowing it. So next advantage includes a journal entry has a narration at the end. A narration at the end which explains the journal entry in simple language. A narration is given at the end which explains the journal entry in detail. Okay. The next point includes it shows or you can say a journal entry shows complete record of a transaction. Means It talks about the debit aspect also, and it talks about the credit aspect. It shows the complete detail of any transaction. How will the detail be completed? The detail will be completed only when you know the debit aspect also and the credit aspect also. जब किसी भी transaction का हमें debit और credit दोनों aspects पता हो जाते हैं, दोनों sides पता हो जाती है, it means I have the complete information. If you know only the debit aspect and you don't know the credit aspect, it means you have an incomplete information. So it records both the aspects, the debit aspect and the credit aspect. Some of the limitations. You were writing the features or you were writing the advantages just now? Come on. Brahmjot. Now some more advantages. Let us talk about some more advantages you can write. It is easy to locate errors. It is easy to locate errors. It is easy to locate errors as the total of debit and the total of credit should match. It is easy to locate errors through journal entries because at the end the total of debit should match the total of credit. So we have done the explanation part, we have done the chronological order thing. We also know that it records both the aspects, debit aspect and credit aspect. It helps in making ledger accounts. So these can be both features and advantages. Characteristic features and advantages both can be the same. Now limitations. Let us talk about some limitations of journal entry. First limitation includes it is not suitable for a large volume of accounts. It is not suitable for a large volume of transactions. It is not suitable for a large volume of transactions. Now suppose you have 10 transactions, 20 transactions in a month. It is easy manually to record them. But is it possible for you? Is it possible for you to do it when you have 10,000 transactions in a day? No, not at all possible. 10,000 journal entries, oh my god. So there lies the limitation of journal. It means the first limitation includes it becomes a little unsuitable for a large volume of transactions. जब बहुत सारी journal entries करनी पड़ती है, then it causes a problem. It becomes a tedious task. The next disadvantage includes balances are known not after journal but only after ledger posting. Balances are known, K-N-O-W-N, known only after ledger posting. Journal entries करते हम entries को debit और credit में classify कर सकते हैं, but you cannot tell what is the closing balance. For that you have to follow the next step, which is ledger posting. So this is another limitation. Closing balances ledger से पता चलते हैं, journal से नहीं पता चलते. So it cannot tell you the closing balances. The third disadvantage includes it is not a substitute to ledger. Means either you do journal entries or whatever, but you have to do the ledger postings because you want to know the final balances. Final balances हमें पता करने के लिए ledger posting करनी ही पड़ेगी. इसलिए journal entries are not a substitute of ledger posting. So point number 2 and 3 are in continuation. Either you write the journal entries or you don't write. But journal entries will not tell you the closing balances. For that you have to make the ledger account. So journal entries का step अगर हम take up करते हैं, फिर भी हमें ledger postings करने के लिए ledger accounts create करने पड़ेंगे. Ledger balances या closing balances find out करने के लिए ledger balances पता करने के लिए हमें ledger accounts create करने पड़ेंगे. Now after that what comes are the journal entries. So right now you can write there are two types of journal entries: simple journal entry and compound journal entry. Simple journal entry and the second one is compound journal entry. What is a simple journal entry? You can write. What is a simple journal entry? A journal entry which involves one debit aspect, only one item to be debited and only one item to be credited. कोई एक ही चीज़ डेबिट की हो रही होती है और कोई भी एक ही ट्रांजैक्शन में कोई भी एक अकाउंट क्रेडिट हो रहा होता है. Such an entry is a simple journal entry. Again, we will take up the same example. Started business with cash account debit to capital account. Only cash is debited and only capital is credited. So कोई भी एक अकाउंट डेबिट हो और कोई भी एक अकाउंट क्रेडिट हो, this type of journal entry will be a simple journal entry. The next one, compound journal entry. And the next type, compound journal entry. What is a compound journal entry? When more than one items can be debited, when more than one items are debited, or more than one items are credited. Means not only cash but bank also debited. In that case, two things are debited. Such a journal entry will be a compound journal entry. When more than one items are debited or more than one items are credited. Such journal entry is a compound journal entry. Such journal entry is a compound journal entry. Now tomorrow we will take up with the first question. You note down today's notes, the meaning, features, what is journal entry, what is journalizing, what is ledger posting, features, advantages and limitations of journal entry, and from tomorrow we are going to discuss the practical questions. I have already shared a question with you, but since time does not allow us for today, we will discuss that question tomorrow. Are there any more queries, anyone? Are there any more queries, anyone?
Ma'am, when may I get my copy back from school?
When can you collect the copies from school? I will let you know by tomorrow. Let all the teachers check all your copies, then only you will get it. Okay.